Joining me is Lisa Seftel, the Executive Director for Transport for the City of Johannesburg. Hello, Lisa.
Hi.
Great seeing you again.
Sure.
What's coming out from here? Any good decisions that will take the City of Johannesburg forward in terms of world-class standards?
Well, I've just been participating in a peer review training, and there are 3 peers from Mexico City, from India, Abdostat, as well as Lagos in Nigeria. And yesterday we took them on a tour of Soweto and this BRT route, and then also our control center and all the different parts of the Ria Vaya. And now they're giving us feedback, sharing their own experiences, and also telling us how we can make improvements to the Ria Vaya BRT.
Well, let's take the BRT. Johannesburg has got it up and running. A lot of planning, a lot of money went into it. Is it making a difference?
Well, you know, well, the one thing also we're learning is that as you extend and you move just from a single route to a network, you can have a demonstrably larger effect and be able to carry more passengers and also make a big difference to land use patterns. So yes, our phase 1A, it does work well. It operates fairly efficiently, but it carries a relatively small number of passengers. It's 25.5 kilometers, carrying about 40,000 passengers a day. Shortly in October, we're going to launch a second phase, which will also come from Soweto, but go past Coronationville, New Clare, Westbury, Rahima Musa Hospital, Helen Joseph Hospital, and the universities also come into town. And we're hoping that at least another 60,000, 70,000 passengers will then join the system. And then our third link, which we really are now starting construction, which will be going from the CBD to Alexandra and then from Alexandra to Sandton, will really begin to have a network which covers a significant part of Johannesburg.
But Lisa, generally speaking, public transport in the City of Johannesburg, we're far away from world-class standards.
Well, well, look, the reality is that the majority of people are still using minibus taxis, and even though minibus taxis is a very accessible form of transport, people don't have to go very far to find a minibus taxi, and it is also quite fast. If you want to reduce congestion and really have a world-class African city, we do want to move to more bus rapid transit, more effective rail, and still the minibus taxis having a role, but not the kind of role that they're playing at the moment on all routes.
Cycling. How do you see cycling coming into the bigger picture?
Definitely we see cycling. In this year we're going to be constructing 2 dedicated cycling routes. One which will be joining the University of UJ in Auckland, in Melville to Auckland Park UJ, to Wits University, and hope in the next financial year to UJ in Doornfontein. And that will really help students who often can't afford other forms of public transport to move around. And then we're also introducing a link which is focusing on learners around the Ria Vaya in Mookie Street and Orlando Stadium, linking to 9 schools. We also need to look at ways to also promote cycling and make cycling safer for all our residents. We also think that although cycling will never be a major mode, it can definitely increase in Johannesburg, and we do need to look at dedicated lanes and other ways to promote cycling.
Road infrastructure is something very, very important, the maintenance of the road. We've had continuous reports about potholes and the delay in fixing potholes. What is your long-term plans in terms of tackling especially road infrastructure delays?
Absolutely. The Johannesburg's Roads Agency is working on a very serious long-term development plan, or roads development plan. And what they're saying is that it doesn't really help to keep fixing potholes because you're just repairing something. In some instances, we actually need to be really repairing the road much more significantly and resurfacing. And in this year's budget, there's been a significant increase in the amount of money that the city's granted to resurface roads, particularly major arterials, Rivonia Road, Oxford, William Nicol, so that it can improve mobility in the city of Johannesburg.
You take traffic lights, a major source of contention for many, many motorists complaining about traffic lights just going on the blink. What's your plans there and what are you doing about that?
Look, there's really 2 issues related to traffic lights. Some of it relates to outdated infrastructure and equipment, and others relate to the reliability of power supply. But the JRA does have a plan in place to both improve the traffic lights and modernize them, particularly with LED globes, also to introduce uninterrupted power supply boxes or batteries, so when the power goes off, they can still go on, as well as improve the cabling, so that often when there's rain, that that's what happens when there's rain, then the cables get wet and then the electricity doesn't work. So they do have a plan for that, and they also have a plan to be able to do what's called remote monitoring, so that they will know before somebody complains, that a traffic light is off and they can work out the speediest way in which to repair it.
Metropolis is giving you a great platform to network with colleagues from various parts of the world. Is there much that other countries can learn from us, and what can we in turn learn from them?
Well, let me just say, yesterday they were very impressed, particularly with the high quality of our rear via infrastructure.
You even took them for a ride?
Yes, and they really felt that there were lessons. I think there are also very important lessons that we've learned from other cities, particularly related to things like the fare collection system and some of the ways in which we've accommodated the mixture between private car users and the rear via on our network. You know, there's been a lot of problems at some of the intersections in Soweto, and there've been some interesting ideas that they've shared with us about how we can improve the safety and accommodate all the different road users on our road network.
Thank you very much for your time. Lisa Seftel, the Executive Director for Transport for the City of Johannesburg. Thank you for sharing some of your ideas and thoughts with us. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. That was